Good morning or good afternoon, everyone. A very warm welcome from ITC's headquarters in Geneva. As many of you already know me, no need for a long introduction. My name is Mathieu Lamol, and I work on ITC Standards Map tool and database of sustainability standards. I'm sorry that I could not join your meeting today in Brazil. It would have been lovely to be with you and to enjoy the exotic place and the field visits, but travel-wise, it was a bit too complicated. Nevertheless, I have prepared this short video message for you, and its purpose is to give you some highlights on the latest developments and current vision for the Farm Sustainability Assessment online tool, of which I presented you the first version exactly a year ago at the General Assembly 2014 in Spain. So, as you know, ITC Standards Map website has served as the basis to create the online tool for FSA. We have recycled the existing functionalities of the Standards Map, and we have customized them to fit the FSA both in terms of language and in terms of functionalities for the assessment of the farms. As such, in the FSA tool, the farmers are able to identify and review various sustainability standards, among which the FSA, and make comparisons, and then most importantly start the sustainability assessment exercise answering the FSA questionnaire. As a result of this exercise, users are generating a report which scores their results according to the FSA methodology, granting them a not yet bronze, silver, or gold status. The farm assessment report can be saved, updated over time, and shared with the business partners. Now, what we have been discussing with the FSA working groups and site platform is the aspirational new version of the FSA tool. We want it to be more user-friendly. We want it to automatically benchmark the farms' profiles against control groups or similar farms, and according to the legislation of the country where they operate. We want it to be available in many different languages. We want an application that also operates offline, such as a tablet, a smartphone, where the data can be collected in the field and then uploaded to the cloud. Even more importantly, we want to develop a full supply chain mapping functionality so that a farmer can upload its own data, share it with a buyer, that can be a processor, a manufacturer, sometimes directly a brand, and that any actor of the supply chain can then also benefit from an access to the FSA tool in order to aggregate the data of different farms, generate a supplier profile, and at the end of the day ensure a very good traceability of the sustainability through the whole supply chain. As these may sound a little bit complicated, let me try to illustrate this with a concrete example. Let's take the case of a soybean grower in Brazil, based in the Mato Grosso region. A potential buyer that is based in Macapá city asks him to share his sustainability profile. As such, he asks the grower to use the FSA tool, where he can create a personal user account, free of charge, answer the questions, and generate a sustainability profile. It is important to note at this stage that all the farm data is owned by the farmer and the grower, and that the ITC servers, as part of the United Nations, are keeping all the information securely and confidentially. Once the sustainability profile of the soybean farmer has been generated and finalized, the soybean farmer will grant access to the report to his buyer from Macapá. The name of the buyer will indeed appear in a selection box directly in the tool. On the side of the buyer in Macapá, which again can be a processor, a manufacturer, maybe a trader, or a brand, well, an automatic alert will indicate when a new farm report is made available for review. The buyer will be able to do all sorts of analysis and comparisons of the farm reports, aggregating the various reports by specific region, crop, or even by country if he buys from various places. As such, the buyer will be able to generate an aggregated picture of its own sustainability profile, and based on the farm's profile from which he is buying. That buyer, who can be a supplier, could then also grant permission to its own direct buyers to access his profile. So now you've got the picture, the whole picture, that all the information will cascade up and aggregate to the final buyer, which is the brand or the retailer. Now, the push for having farms using the FSA tool will generally come from the top buyers. They will map their suppliers in the system, and the suppliers will map their own suppliers or the farmers. I just want again to emphasize that the whole model is based on the fact that the organization, the farm, the company, the supplier, the trader, that enters information on its own profile is going to be the owner of its own data, and that it will be its own responsibility to grant the permissions to its buyers to access such information. ITC's role, in addition to the building of the software and the maintenance of it, will be to ensure this level of trust and confidentiality between all supply chain actors. Now, one last but important news that I also wanted to share with you is the new collaboration that ITC is making with GS1. GS1 is the central organization that generates, among other things, the barcodes that you see on any product when you go shopping. The barcodes are also used between supply chain actors to identify lots of products, like cut roses from Kenya. The barcode indicates the origin, the date of harvest, the type of roses, as well as many other attributes. Well, ITC, together with the United Nations Global Compact, have come to an agreement that GS1 numbers will be allocated to all the farms using the ITC systems and tools, therefore including FSA. And this will be totally free of charge for all farms and growers worldwide. We expect an even better way to trace the products along the supply chains, and the numbers allocated to the farms will be also linked to their sustainability diagnostic reports. And this will therefore facilitate not only the traceability of the products, what I am buying from and whom, down to the actual farm level, but it will also help the traceability of the full sustainability reports generated based on the FSA. So this new collaboration with GS1 has already started. It is work in progress, and we hope to have the numbers allocation in the ITC system by the fall of 2015. Well, thank you very much again for inviting me to give you my virtual contribution to your meetings. I look forward to hearing back from you, and I wish you all the very best. Now, please, have a caipirinha for me. Bye-bye. Thank you.